Here you go, I'm done with this.
Oh, thanks. Oh no! So this is the little 3D printed PS5? Oh no! So if you look at it from this side, it's 100% fine. Don't mind all of the broken plastic. Wait, let me see if I can pick up the pieces. I'll pick up the pieces. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would have been a very funny segment where I'm talking about my little baby PS5 and how Sony made the PS5 slim, and now I'm just sad because I've completely ruined it. There's a lot of judgment going on this side of the room. I'm getting a lot of silence over here. I'm getting a lot of disapproving looks. Will someone please save me by throwing another item on the table before I break this even farther? Woo! She! See, I'm cool with the kids.
You should never have shown a TikTok.
TikTok's great! There's so many great TikToks, and you just threw my AirTags all over the place. Thanks. The idea here is this is a very simple little Bluetooth tracker that if you lose an item, you could attach this with the loop or with the leather loop, and I know there are a bunch of third-party accessories for these as well. They're actually not incredibly expensive. I believe the AirTags cost $30 each, or the 4-pack is
$99. Also, Apple did send these to us, by the way.
Thanks, Apple. I won't make you regret sending us stuff for Mystery Tech. That's clearly never gonna end poorly. So you do need iOS 14.5 to get this to work, but I mean, I think it's just as simple as just taking off a little plastic sleeve, pulling it out. Oh, did you hear that? All right, so apparently there is a little speaker built in here, but the speaker is actually part of this outer little section. So this is actually the speaker itself. There's no speaker hole or anything. Okay, let me actually pair it up with an iPhone. There we go, okay. AirTag Connect. All right, we wanna name it. We're gonna name it, I have nothing to put on my AirTag. What should I AirTag? Yep, got it. Naming it Roboraptor. All right, so Roboraptor is with me, so if I want, I can play a sound. Oh, that's actually not that loud. Oh, I guess it's not so bad. So now the next step would be to attach the AirTag. Now, one of the downsides with an AirTag, not AirTags because it's a single device, is that there's no way to actually attach this right out of the box, right? So theoretically, if you have something like this, you could drop it into, say, a bag or something. It's a little bit on the chunky side, so I would want to put it in like a wallet or something. Now, you do have these little loops, which we're certainly going to need to attach it to our good buddy, Mr. Roboraptor. Wait, how much are the loops for the AirTags?
They vary. They're somewhere between like 25 and $40.
Woo! That's as much as an AirTag. Oh, you know what this is? This feels similar, not the same, but it feels kind of similar to the watch band, like the sport loop. So we're gonna put it around his arm. There we go. Roboraptor will now never be lost again, thanks to the wonders of the Find My app. So say that you're in a terrible situation where you've lost your Roboraptor or whatever else that your AirTag is connected to. Now inside the Find My app, anytime someone with an iOS device walks by your AirTag, it will ping it on the map, right? So if I can see that it was in an airport or anything like that, I would know the rough location. But say I know that Roboraptor is in, say, the building, but I don't know exactly where he is. That's when I want to turn on the Find button. Now, to be fair, this only works on, I believe, the iPhone 11 or later. Otherwise, you just get like the general location. But here, using the U1 chip on the iPhone, I can see the Roboraptor's close, 8 feet to my left. Oh, actually, that's interesting. So you probably can't see this very well, but it actually gives me like a little like sort of haptic like vibration. So as I get a little closer, it's bouncing. Okay, so I'm gonna walk. So 7 feet, 6 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet, and we are on top of Roboraptor. And Roboraptor's clearly very excited about being found.
Okay, now demonstration point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Roboraptor.
Wait, no, don't take Roboraptor. Why would you do that?
Is it moving around?
Yes.
Well, so stay looking this way.
Okay.
So, is it like moving around as?
Yes, so basically you're moving away as you walk, but it says item is moving, precise location cannot be determined. So I don't get the arrow, I get the rough feet, but then it's a little bit off, right? So like as you walked behind me, it was like 12 feet. This is actually pretty cool, right? I know, I agree. So the thing with this is that with an AirTag, you're pretty much taking advantage of everyone who has like an iPhone or anything like that to find stuff no matter where you are in the world, right? I mean, there are like a billion iOS devices, so that certainly gives you an advantage over something like Tile, which is just going to be limited by how many people are using that app. That being said though, there's not as much flexibility in an AirTag, right? So it's a little bit on the chunky side. Now to be fair, you actually can replace the battery, so it uses a standard CR2032, which is very readily available. So that's certainly a plus. It's not like you have to go toss out your charger or your tracker as soon as it needs to be charged. The main thing that I think I really have to complain about is just the fact that by default, when you actually get it, you're pretty much gonna always have to buy some kind of accessory, right? Because think about it like this. If I purchase this AirTag and I wanna attach it to a bag or something, I want people to actually be able to tap it with NFC and find out what it is, right? And if it's stuck inside like my pocket or something, no one's gonna dig through my bag to find it. Now that being said, I can actually take an Android phone and tap it to see what happens. So with an Android phone, theoretically I can just tap the AirTag. Yep, there we go. And now it sends me to an about page. So it gives me the serial number. So the idea is that if this is something that you found in a bag and you think someone's tracking you, it'll just tell you how to like pull the battery out, right? But if this was in lost mode, this tag would instead be giving me some information on like an email address or a phone number to contact me. And of course, if you're using an iPhone, you actually don't even need to tap it because you would already have this show up in the Find My app. Now I know that I'll never be able to lose a Roboraptor again. Woo! Why is it jingle? The other day, we were at the shop and you're like, hey Austin, I need 40 bucks. I'm like, they don't take card? And you're like, no. So I just handed you $40, you walked off, you started giggling.
For the record, I had to put $3 of my own money into this.
Oh, well, is it because that this digital speaker looks an awful lot like Nibbler? I think that's exactly what happened here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just want an excuse for me to talk about your dog in Mystery Tech.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to say this?
So the cool thing is that, believe it or not, this is Bluetooth. Whoa!
That is not. What? Hold on.
Yo, he's so muscular. Oh my god.
Dude.
This dog is cut.
Lift the sleeve.
Yo.
It's pretty.
Yo, the dog's got him beat.
Yes.
Whoa. A little too anatomically correct. Why is this junk so well modeled? We gotta blur this now. We gotta blur this now. Look at this. That's why. Well, we've got stereo speakers. One up here, one down here.
Yes, up and down.
Yep, up and down. So on his rear, with this tiny little stub tail, we have micro USB on off, an SD card as well as volume. But it's like actually not really a volume slider. All right, let's just fire it up and see what happens.
That was so impressive.
I mean, there's only one song we can listen to, right?
Oh, yes.
You know exactly what we're listening to.
I too love the 90s.
But you know where Nibbler 2.0 is gonna live?
We have to blur every episode now.
Pikachu could just live. Is this an Ash Ketchum costume? What do you mean no? What do you mean? No, look, there's his gloves. There's his blue shirt thing. This literally says Pokemon on it.
Put it on, boy.
That's much better than take it off.
Oh boy, my name's Ash and I can't do this voice at all.
Oh boy, Professor Oak, I'm so excited. I literally can't do that voice. But you know what, I'm actually already kind of wearing the jeans right now. So I feel okay about this. There's more of these things? This is a weird scale. So this is like the Mega Ultra Pikachu size. This is another one of the pop figures, but it's like medium size. Also, it's Cubone. Does anyone actually like Cubone?
Yes!
What?
Cubone's sad. No one likes, everyone feels bad for him.
I was so happy in Detective Pikachu when that was his starter. Well, potentially his starter.
All right. You know what? I'm kind of about that. That's pretty cool. I feel like just a giant loser right now, dressed up as Ash Ketchum with my Mega Pop Pokemon pals. That was a lot of alliteration. You know, got any more Pokemon for me? Got another giant pop figure? Got another Pokedex? is that the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy? Like, actually the way that I got super into the cards, just to actually have the promo card in it? Okay, this was actually one of my favorite Pokemon games they ever made, which was literally just a TCG version for the Game Boy. So the box is in very good condition. I mean, it's certainly not minty, like especially you can see there's a little bit of wear here on the back. Woo! Now, okay, I'll immediately say this has been opened because someone put it in a card protector. So that is the promo Meowth. It's got, if you look really close, there's a little GB. All right, I will evaluate the condition of this Meowth. It's definitely not centered well, but I mean, that is pretty minty. Ooh, there's some factory lines though. It's nice. I would say this card is not a particularly valuable card though. That's probably like a few bucks. And then last but not least, we do have the actual copy of the game. Now, the game itself actually looks to be pretty nice. Definitely a used copy though. You can see if you look really close on the bottom, or on the back. I mean, there's a lot of marks, which pretty much anytime you would put a Game Boy game in and out, you would have these little marks because it was just sort of like making contact with the plastic. That being said though, it's still really nice. You said you paid $200? Today's just my day. So this is the Game Boy Pocket Printer. The Game Boy actually had a lot of different pretty cool accessories, right? There's the Game Boy camera, there's the Game Boy link cable, and one of the more popular things was the Game Boy printer. So you could like have a photo of your...
Ignore the fact that I gave you one in a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
We ordered a whole kit, and I've been actively trying to sort through it. You probably like that one more.
Wait. We have multiple Game Boy cameras? Oh my God, wow. Yo, this is actually really hard to find.
And in case the normal Japanese one doesn't work, we have another one too.
Is this the greatest day of my 8-year-old life or what? For literally the first time ever on Mystery Tech, Ken, I'm not gonna yell at you for spending too much money.
Good, because we haven't told you how much we spent.
Okay, you know I was gonna let it slide. Now I actually need to know how much was all of this?
We spent almost $1,000 on all of this.
We could have gotten you the Game Boy game for like 40 bucks.
Yeah, if even.
But one with a card was like 300.
You paid 300? Here we go, Game Boy camera review from Austin Evans 9 years ago.
Hey guys, I've seen you the review.
Oh, it's right on the
Accessory for the original Game Boy.
I'll fire this up. Oh, you guys ready for a banger? What a banger, right? What a banger. Game Boy, TCG game, we're all set. Now let me dig through all of this stuff. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pocket camera, connect it to our Game Boy. So you can actually see that it's actually really nicely color matched. So it's got all that translucent purple look that very much was meant to go with the Game Boy Pocket. And then if you want to take a selfie, you have it in this direction, or you have a rear-facing camera. I don't know what literally any of this means.
What is happening?
I'm just pressing random buttons until I get the,
Oh.
we're on. Okay, all right, ready? And. We got it. Okay, so let's get the printer set up, right? So I'm gonna crack open one of these vintage Game Boy printer paper things. I feel bad about this because like, they're not making this anymore. Like, there's only so many Game Boy printer things that can ever be printed.
You also have five other things, so like,
lot.
you know, we'll preserve it. So you feed it in like this.
It's okay, you won't be able to know what's in until it's all the way in.
Yamero's B, so A. Yamero's no.
Uh-oh.
Why does he look like Jigsaw?
Dude, all of the art in the Game Boy camera, or the Pocket camera, the Japanese version, is wacky. Like, it is so bizarre and weird.
Austin was pretty hesitant in opening up the Pikachu printer, but I think we gotta open up the Pikachu
Let's
printer.
do it. Is it yellow? Oh, that is super yellow.
Oh, this is nice. Woo, that is clean. Look at that.
I swear, everything used from Japan is so much nicer.
It is.
People actually take care of it. Okay, let's give it a try. So, fire it up. That sounds good.
It already works. Nice.
Yeah!
Let's go. Okay.
Go. It's way too dim. Not sure how well you can tell, but it's just like a faint outline of the actual print.
Wait. Did I put it on the wrong side? Because that's shiny.
Yeah, you put it on the wrong side. Okay. We're gonna reload the...
I'm just an idiot, so.
I feel like kids today are watching this and like this is so much extra work for something so stupid. But back in the 90s, man, this was cool.
The principle right now of what we're doing is very similar to the Instax printers that they sell now.
Actually, yeah.
There is a novelty to owning your photos physically because they're actually, you know, something that you can hold, it's tangible. All right, and moment of truth.
Oh yeah, there we go.
That's better.
Not by a ton, but that is better. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Game Boy printer has seen better years, or the paper has probably seen better years. The pocket camera works great. The printer is printing something. I've got baby Cubone here, and I'm dressed as Ash Ketchum. What more could you ask for out of an episode of Mystery Tech? And what more could you ask for before you subscribe to the channel and ring-a-ling that ding-a-ling bell so you're always kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Mystery Tech shenanigans? If there's more? How is there more Pokemon stuff? Oh, good lord. Instructions, important info. Okay. Hey guys, this is the Austin Evans DMG. Excuse me? Okay, so we've got ourselves a Game Boy flash card, which is actually something I've never used, but essentially allows you to use the ROMs directly onto your Game Boy. So I assume that's just was a micro SD or something. That's very cool. Look, it's even got the little retro modding pouch. Yo. So this is from Jake Simmons, who I guess you've been conspiring with on this Game Boy. I'll have all of Jake's links in the description. Thank you, Jake, for creating what I'm sure is a one-of-one masterpiece. Shall we?
Yeah.
Open it up? I mean, I gotta say this, like, even just this pouch, I feel the power. Oh, it's yellow. Oh, it's yellow, all right. Oh, what? Oh, come on. Yo! That is so good! Look at, so we've got the little Pikachu, the original Sugimori art, we've got the Pokeball. Oh, dude, he's got, there's a copy of Flappy Bird in here. Oh my God. Oh, and look at this, he's even got a fake little PSA logo. Look, it's Austin on the bottom instead of PSA. 1999 Pokemon game, Pikachu first edition Red Cheeks. Yo, this is awesome. Wait, hang on, let me see, what all did he do here? Okay, so there's an IPS display, 1000 milliamp hour rechargeable DS Lite battery, wireless charging and USB-C? Wait, what? Make sure Ken gives you my Pokemon cards. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take a pause. I'm just gonna subscribe to Jake right now. I recommend you do the same. We need to blow Jake up for this, but in a good way, you know, like positively blow him up with views. Okay, I'm subscribed. All right, let's fire up and see. Oh my God, look how, dude, that IPS display is ridiculous. Oh my God. It is so sharp. In fact, that actually looks, is that slightly larger than the original Game Boy screen? It looks maybe like it's a touch bigger. Oh, I just saw it, look. The USB-C port, it's on the bottom of the Game Boy. Do we have a wireless charging pad? Can someone give me a wireless charging pad? I want to wirelessly charge my Game Boy.
Your Z Flip.
I'll charge it with the Z Flip! My favorite things all in one! I'm about to start crying. We ready? Oh, I see the light. Do you see the light? The light is on and the Z Flip started vibrating. We are successfully wirelessly charging a DMG Game Boy using the Galaxy Z Flip. What a perfect combination. I am incredibly happy right now. I'm gonna play some Flappy Bird and enjoy this moment. Yo, the color palette is real. The green's absolutely the way to go. Oh wow, that's straight up Flappy Bird. This actually works pretty well for Game Boy too. Oh wow.
Well, you're bad at it.
That's Flappy Bird.
This is by far the coolest Game Boy I have ever laid my hands on. The fact that you've got not only all of this support from retro modding, right, to be able to put all of these different components together, but also the fact that Jake was able to put wireless charging in a Game Boy, USB-C charging in a Game Boy, this incredible backlit LCD display. I mean, that makes it look so much better. And the fact that it's actually really meant for like a Game Boy, right? I mean, this is real Game Boy hardware. I can put whatever game I want into it. This is incredible. I could not be happier. Definitely go check out Jake's channel. Hit the link in the description. And there's more. Ha! These are not all Game Boys. Jake did not make this many Game Boys.
Yeah.
Wait, these are not, what are these, like Game Boy Pockets or something? Oh, they're Game Boy macros. Yo! So this is actually a video we were trying to do a long time ago. Essentially what you can do is you can take a DS Lite, and if you remove the top screen, what you have is something that is honestly a really solid Game Boy Advance. Dude, that is really cool. So this is like an actual paint splattered version? Wait, what are the other ones?
So we made 6 of them for the team.
So these are your guys's?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, this is cool. I've actually never used a Game Boy macro, but I'll be okay with my DMG of Doom. It's been quite the journey today, gotta say. I'm gonna go play Game Boy all day. I'll see you later.